This is the new Range Rover Evoque, and whilst, yes, it may look a little bit similar to the old car, it is completely new. New body, new platform, new engines, new tech. Let me show you around. Now, whilst it may look awfully similar to the old car, it is a completely new design, and when Land Rover has sold over 770,000 Evoques in 7 years, you can't blame them for not wanting to rock the boat too much. But it is completely new, like I keep saying. The first thing you do notice is the new silhouette. Well, I say new silhouette. It's the same as the old car, but it's a much smoother design. A lot of the old car's creases have made way for a softer shape. Now, at the front end, you'll notice the Range Rover Velar style grille and much slimmer LED front headlamps. In fact, you can option these with matrix LED lights, and they look really, really cool. There's a fantastic graphic in the light cluster. Along the side, it's as distinctive as it was before. It's still a 5-door only, there's no 3-door and no convertible, but it's a lot softer than it was before. The creases have been removed, it's a much nicer shape. There's flush-fitting door handles, which is a nice touch, whilst at the back, there are new Velar-style rear lights that replace the old car's slightly blocky ones, and the whole rear end looks a lot wider than it was before. Now, this car may look wider than before, but in actual fact, it's virtually the same dimensions as the old one, and that's thanks to the new platform. Now, in Land Rover speak, it's called premium transverse architecture. Now, it allows more space on the inside, but more importantly, it allows the Evoque to be the first Land Rover to have mild hybrid technology, and also, coming next year, there'll be a full plug-in hybrid version of the Evoque.
The entry-level Evoque comes with a 2-litre 150 horsepower diesel, a manual gearbox and front-wheel drive, but it's worth spending an extra £500 on the automatic all-wheel drive version, as this also adds the new mild hybrid powertrain. There's a 48-volt electrical system which aids acceleration and reduces fuel consumption, and at speeds below 11 miles an hour the engine completely shuts down. There are petrol and diesel mild hybrids, and then, coming in 2019, will be a plug-in hybrid Evoque using a brand new 1.5-litre 3-cylinder petrol engine and an electric motor.
Inside, and it's just as we've come to expect from any modern Range Rovers, and there's a focus on minimalism. Now, the Evoque features blade technology, so there's 2 screens here, and it's mated to the dials in front of you, full digital screen. It all works really very nicely. Now, for the new Evoque, there's a real uplift in terms of quality. I mean, the leather on these seats feels absolutely fantastic. Now, actually, you don't have to have this leather. You can go for a wool blend, or you can go for a sustainable leather made from eucalyptus, would you believe? There's also Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is being rolled out across the Jaguar and Land Rover range. And on the Evoque, there's a trigger here for the gear lever. Now, on other Range Rover products, you can have a rotary dial, but on the Evoque and on the Range Rover Sport, you just get this trigger. But whilst all of that is very lovely, there is 2 new pieces of tech in here which I must tell you about. Now, the first is to do with this rear view mirror. Now, it's not your standard rear view mirror, trust me. Now, in a typical coupe SUV like this, rear visibility at the best of times can be pretty woeful, but in the Evoque, it really isn't, because you can option this car with a very clever mirror. Now, at the touch of a button, I can change it from a usual mirror into, hey, look at that, a full video screen. Now, there's a camera positioned on top of the car, so it's away from road grime and road dirt, and it beams a video image right onto the rear view mirror, giving you fantastic visibility.
And the other bit of tech is like something from the future. It's called Clear Sight Ground View, and it effectively gives you a transparent bonnet. A 180-degree view under the front wheels is displayed on the upper touchscreen, which allows you to see obstacles when you're off-roading, or, as this is an Evoque after all, the high curbs outside Fortnum and Mason. The Evoque also gets over-the-air software updates, meaning you shouldn't have to visit your dealer quite so often. In the back, there's a tiny 20mm gain in legroom, but every little helps, I guess, and you can option a large panoramic roof and tablet holders in the back of the seats, among other things. Meanwhile, the boot has grown by 10%. For now, there are just 3 diesels and 3 petrols. There's that entry-level D150 with front-wheel drive and a manual gearbox, and this is the only one not to get that mild hybrid system. There's also another D150 with an auto box, an all-wheel drive, and 180 and 240 horsepower diesels. While for petrol, there's a P200, a P250, and a 300 horsepower P300. The 3-cylinder petrol plug-in hybrid arrives in November 2019. All but the entry-level D150 gets terrain response too, so that's all the clever off-road tech from the Big Daddy Range Rover, and the wading depth is now 600mm, up from the old car's 500. There are standard, S, SE and HSE trims, an R-Dynamic version for a sportier look, and a special first edition at launch. But while the standard car gets LED headlights and 17-inch alloys, the higher up the range you go, the better the Evoque looks. But that's to be expected after all. And the price for all of this? Well, the entry-level car will set you back £31,600, rising all the way up to 51 grand for the all-singing and dancing R-Dynamic HSE P300. What do you think to it? Well, let us know what you think in the comments below, give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.